Mike Waters here from the Waters Wake Up Call. So this morning we talked about where we were 2 years ago today when the Derecho hit.
I have to confess, my wife and I say we caused the Derecho because we lost everything we owned in the flood of 2008.
Yeah.
So we bought a new house. It took 12 and a half years to pay it off. And a week before Derecho hit, she wrote a check, put it in an envelope, said, here you go, now the tornado can hit. And 1 week later, we're watching Derecho come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we lived through it. We drank cocktails and watched it and said, hey, we've lived through a lot worse than this.
Right.
Let's enjoy it.
But you were okay with the Derecho, unlike with the flood.
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Well, that's a relief. But yeah, I'm sure you paying off the house was the button that launched the Derecho for sure.
It was our fault.
Yeah, well, for everybody in Eastern Iowa, I say thanks a lot.
There you go.
Thanks for the story, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you didn't lose everything for a second time.
On the other one, we lost everything but our dignity and our will to carry on, and we did it. We're going to keep doing it.
Well, you kept the two most valuable things at least, so good for you guys.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Mike. Wonderful show.
2 years ago, there was a guy by the name of Sammy who called and having a really bad day.
Lost my entire apartment.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I was inside when it started, and I was sitting on my bed on my laptop, and moments later, my bed was long gone.
Wow.
I was talking to my mom, telling her what was going on. You know,
Right.
Shingles were flying everywhere. The whole apartment started shaking. You know, she said, well, grab what you can and get to a lower level.
Right.
So I did, and 5 minutes later, the roof came off.
What are you going to do?
I lost my job at Nordstrom on that day.
And Sammy, this morning, how are things going?
Yeah, it's a whole lot better. I got a real nice apartment.
Awesome.
Good job. And
Where are you working, Sammy?
At Worley Warehouse, driving the forklift.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad, everything worked out in those 2 years. I'm glad you were able to call and give me a little update.
Thank you.
I was hauling dirt from Fairfax over by the airport.
Yeah?
And, I've been listening to the radio. I never heard of a thunderstorm traveling at 75 mile an hour with no tornadoes.
Yeah.
So I was walking the clouds. I left Fairfax, and it started following me. It was real dark and blowing windy. So once I got to the airport, I dumped my load off my truck, and all I could do was look for an intersection, back into the wind, sat there while I went through.
Yeah.
I watched a tree snap over, and another one get blown over, and a barn door go flying. And
Wow. Quite a sight, I'm sure.
oh, yeah. I backed the truck into the wind, so if there's any debris, it hit the back of the truck instead of the front.
Yeah, smart.
I sat there for 45 minutes before I could move.
I remember that too. They were even giving the time when it was going to be hitting Hiawatha, and I remember getting in the car because they said it was like 20 minutes away. So I got in the car and I raced home so I could be with my wife and we could all get downstairs and be safe. Like you said, I saw the dark clouds behind me, and you could just see them following you. And, yeah. Meanwhile, I'm behind somebody going 20 miles an hour in a 35, and I'm going crazy.
Yep.
Don't you know what's coming, people? Hurry up! Move it, for goodness sakes!
And the other funny thing is, if a tornado comes, I'll look for a culvert to duck into, and I looked around, and the only culvert in the area had a grate over it.
Figures. Doesn't it figure? Man. Yeah.
I live in Waterloo, and it took me damn near 4 hours to get home that afternoon.
There was stuff everywhere, whether it was...
Oh, yeah. I was in the middle, and I sat through it and watched.
Yeah, great seat you had, I'm sure. Did you get any video of that?
No, I didn't. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you had other priorities. You were thinking of other things, I'm sure, at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to ask, though.
I was working in Clinton, and they decided to let us go, and I got about, past DeWitt, and then it hit. I got right in the middle of it.
You were driving through it?
Yes.
What was that drive like?
It was a 5-minute drive from one town to another. When I got to Clarence, it was about a 25-minute, 30-minute drive to get around town because all the trees are down the main road.
Say noon, everything was great, but by 1 o'clock, the devastation that thing created in like an hour was amazing.
I had 6 trees in the backyard. I had one group, and one was still standing when I got home. One on the power lines, 2 in the neighbor's backyard, 2 in our garage.
So So 5 trees altogether.
Yep.
But nothing hit your house, right? They just all hit the ground?
Right.
Or the
But
fence?
I had a lot of damage from the debris blowing into the house. And
Yeah, some of the videos I've seen of, the windows bashing in, people actually filming by their windows, which isn't a great idea, people, but they were filming like right by their windows, and then it shatters in, and not a good idea, but boy, it's interesting video to watch.
yes, it is.
Yeah,
I was in Calamus and I watched the shed roll across the street.
yeah.
There's a tree full of leaves. By the time I left, they probably had a fourth of leaves left.
The Waters Wake Up Call.
Weekday mornings, 5:30 to 10.
105.7 KOKZ.